this month you will see my life, both personal and business-wise, here in Bali. So enjoy it.
New passengers, welcome to Bali.
Saturday 28th of March. This morning in Bali I had a really good lunch with Dan and Sam. They used to work for me as a marketing agency back in the days for DEPLAY, but now still really good friends. And the thing I love here in Bali, even though it's super touristical, a lot of Western things, a lot of food, a lot of gyms, not typical culture like Indonesian culture, but it's for me perfect as an entrepreneur. There's like a huge intensity of entrepreneurs, freelancers, like people who can work remote, who think on a different level, love to travel, love to live healthy, eat healthy, sports a lot. And this morning, that's what I like about especially my entrepreneurial friends. We can also connect on a deeper level about like struggles, about hiring. One friend is building a SaaS, the other one an agency. How do you structure this? How do you build this? And they always, this is what I maybe appreciate the most about my friends, they're always critical to me. They're always like, of course, cheering for me, but also asking critical questions. Hey, Luuk, did you think of this? Or if you're going to start a new business, why are you doing this? Because you shouldn't. Or why are you investing in this? Or why are you not growing the SKUs here? I really love to connect with these guys and to spend some time here in Bali. Now on the weekend, still a little bit working, but the rest is also some sightseeing, and I'm really grateful for a wonderful place. Midnight now, Bali time. This is like the way of, 5 p.m., 5:30 in the Netherlands is like 12 midnight, 12:30 here. But really excited. I just hired our social media manager, a girl with some experience from Suriname, which I'm really excited about. The disadvantage is that I had to do other good candidates. I had to, have a bad news conversation, which always like hurts my heart, my empathetic heart. And I never ever like to do this, but also part of the job. I'm really excited for the one who did get the job, and now making the onboarding and making sure our social media will skyrocket again. So that's it for today. So this is the poop of the animal.
Yeah, this is not clean, this is the after clean.
And this is after cleaning. So we're gonna try this one. So what's happening here? They are cooking it? Roasting. Thursday, the 2nd of April, and Q2 has started, second quarter of the year. I just had a really interesting call with the business owner of a huge media agency in the Netherlands. And I cannot give too much details, but they want to have 300 kids tablets with a retail sales price value of more than 60,000 euros. They want to have it in exchange of media value. Advertisements in this magazine, advertisements in this newspaper, online, and they give like a whole presentation about the value they could give. More than 60,000 value for 60,000 euros of DEPLAY kids tablets. But something inside of me said, no, I really cannot do this because it's just a picture and a little bit text in a magazine and that's it. How do we have the security that we will, get back the 60,000 in revenue, in sales value? Because I have to deduct the 60k of my balance, of my profit and loss statement, if you understand. So I was like, hey man, I like a collaboration. I really think DEPLAY and your magazine can grow together. It's good for the magazine because then they will sell more magazines if they can give away a free kids tablet, and we will have more brand recognition, brand value, right? But I was like, this and this and this I cannot do because it's really nice that we have a picture here and a picture there. But how do we know? How can we measure it's worth the 300 tablets? I was being honest, I was transparent, also critical on his offer. And then he said, and this is a lesson also for you, like, okay, Luuk, really nice, thanks for your feedback, but how can we make a deal? How can we do proceed that for you it feels good? And this is a really important question because I always, of course this was a negotiation, but always on the news you see this is bad, or in podcast this is bad, this is wrong, this rule is stupid. But I'm always like, as an entrepreneur, as a problem solver, thinking how can we do make this, how can we do make it work? And he also asked me this question. So then I start talking and I'm saying, hey, for us it's about the risk, giving away 300 tablets, not getting back anything or not measurable. And then he came with an offer, Luuk, what if we make a warranty, security, that at least you will get back 150 tablets of real sales value, plus the rest is in around 1.5 unique visitors, unique parents, unique people who will see your content. And then I was like, okay, now we can talk, because then we can do the calculations and I don't have any risk anymore, or just a little bit, and he still has his part of the deal, the 300 tablets. And this is, I think, a solution, but only comes if you listen to the other person and you really listen, and you also ask about solutions instead of saying, no, this is bad and this is bad. So lesson I learned again, and I want to share with you, is always listen to the person. What does he really want? And also don't think in problems or obstacles, but in solutions. So what is the other party of the negotiation table? Why are they sitting there? Why do they maybe do want to do business with you? And if you just give it what they want and it's also good for you, then you have a win-win. And I think that's what all negotiations should be about. Quite interesting call. Can't wait to start Q2, grow and make it a better trimester than the first quarter, because that is traditionally and also this year a really low season. So really hope to scale deeply. Been traveling a little bit last couple of days here in Bali, and today's a big update because I finally signed the bank loan. It's a big bank loan, not the initial amount we wanted, because of course we are ambitious and we really want to grow, and of course then we need liquid, we need capital. But of course I also understand the perspective of the bank, which are more conservative, and they first want to see results before they're gonna give more loan, more risk they're gonna take. So yeah, also with the extra long payment terms, or with the better payment terms, I can say, as before I fixed in China this January. I'm happy that finally it's solved. We have the cash flow now for the coming months for the big orders. Really grateful, really happy, and after a long period of talking, negotiation, preparing documents of February, March, April, like even 3.5 for almost 4 months, it's finally done, sealed, fixed. So new accomplishment. Sunday night, 17th of April in Bali. I just come back from a really great event hosted by Bas Bultz, really big network event, some nice dinner, a lot of other entrepreneurs, and met some great e-com guys who already know me, know DEPLAY, and made some really good plans for the Canton Fair, which will be soon. So really excited, really pumped, high energy. Can't wait to meet all these guys again. So wonderful evening. Also a cool update about the event of Bas Bultz yesterday is we met a lot of great people. Like I said before, like people recognized me, but I also met new people I didn't know before, which was really cool. And at the end of the event, I also sat down with Joshua Kaats, especially for the Dutch people, like one of the OGs in e-com. You know, he was like giving me actually really good feedback of a product page of the DEPLAY website. Of course, I didn't expect this because I come more for like casual chilling, talking a little bit, but he really gave some good insights. And we actually made some plans for maybe going to the Canton Fair together. We will meet with Bas and Joshua and other e-com guys probably in China in a couple of weeks. I was talking today with a friend who did not go to the event, and I told him like, hey, like I told you, better have regrets. You did do something, then you did not do something, right? Spending a couple of hundred for an event, going out of the comfort zone, talking to a lot of people. And this is all what I like about Bali. It's not about also the gyms or the healthy food, of course, a great weather, but also like the concentration of entrepreneurs or high-level entrepreneurs or Dutch or e-com boys is super high for such a little amount of ground. So you really meet a lot of other entrepreneurs, which I love to network, which, you know, you exchange thoughts or insights, which I think is maybe one of the highlights of the networking part in Bali. So now a couple of sightseeing things coming days in the beautiful places of Bali, and keep in touch. Wednesday the 15th of April, and now we are back again in Bali, and really excited because today having a content day with Sebastian. He is our huge great content creator. We're gonna make some content. We're gonna go to the gym today. That's why I put the Karel G shirt on, shout out to her. And this is what I love in Bali. It's just the chill scooter or bike vibes, discovering the neighborhood, see the rice fields, see the beaches, so love it. Today, my favorite day, chest and triceps, so let's get it. Way too hot here, so like everyone else, take off my shirt, even though it's the first time gymming without a shirt. Let's get it. Just finished the gym, really good session for chest and triceps, and now going to a beach club because this year I realized like I shouldn't be only working in the business but also on the business. And now I think this Wednesday afternoon it's a perfect moment for just reflecting a little bit, zooming out of the business, what's working well, what we should improve, what we should continue with and what we should stop with. Have a bit chill session, brainstorming session, reflecting in the beach, and keep in touch. This Wednesday afternoon we are in the beach club, and of course it's really fun and really nice, but also figured out like me as an entrepreneur will be judged on the decisions I make and the ideas I generate, and not especially about the hours I put into. So I was thinking sometimes I feel busy in my head, working too many hours, only laptop, like operation, it's doing too much. But when do I get the best ideas? When I have my head free, when I have mental clarity, when I have headspace and I can think. And this afternoon I'm brainstorming about a big next move with DEPLAY. It's not only about the assortment and the products you add, but also the one you cut down. I'm really figuring out like, hey, what do we want to be with DEPLAY? We want to be a tech toy company. We want to be only tech company, only kids toy company, maybe only tablet company. I am not sure yet. And of course, it's all about, you know, revenue or profit, and we have to pay the bills, but it's also about the brand value. What do I want to create and add value to people's lives? So it's a kind of big decision, and maybe I'm going to cut some products or cut some decisions. So it's hard, but here I'm also to brainstorm about it. So that's why we are here today. Seven years ago, already 2019, I figured out that I fall in love with self-development, personal development. And what I did figure out is social skills, personal development, marketing, business, interaction with people can be like personal dating, networking, but can also be business-wise, and knowledge is not something you are born with. It's something you can learn and develop always. So when I realized all these skills, business and personal, I can develop, and it's not a skill you're born with, I fall in love with personal development. Since then, 2019, I am working on personal development. I'm reading a book every single month. So in the last 7 years I have read, yes, thank you so much. In the last 7 years I have almost read more than 100 books. One of the books I'm reading now is The Big Leap, and it's all about upper limit problems and limited beliefs of yourself. For example, now on a Wednesday afternoon I feel actually a little bit guilty that we are here and that I'm not working behind my laptop. This is some self-sabotaging I learn and I have to stop doing. One lesson I want to share with you is sometimes people say like, hey Luuk, why do you have so much knowledge, or can I talk about this and this and this? Really interesting to talk about it really deeply with you. And I'm like, no, this is not just me, it's me after 7 years of reading more than 100 books, listening to millions of minutes of podcasts, which I love to do because it's my passion. And of course, everyone comes with a certain skill set and talent, but you can really develop yourself in whatever you want if you're working hard for it, if you're reading, if you listen to podcasts. So my advice also for you is if you want to develop in a certain amount of skill sets, please put in the work listening to podcasts or read some books. Hello. What a beautiful place. Recording these videos. First reason is my family really wants to follow me on my Asia trip. Luuk, send the polar steps or send some photos. And I was like, do I really want to do this? Is there no better way than just on polar steps sending an image and in text. Wait, what if I just record a video, take you with me on my journey, not only traveling, but also on my business experiences, right? So I was like, okay, this is a good reason to start a YouTube channel, to document my life, my travels, my business in one blended environment, both for my family, my friends, and also my business relationships. That's one. I believe, second reason, that in a world where there is more and more AI on your feed, real unique people with a personal brand or with a real story will distinguish themselves from the gray mass. So what if I can document my life and my journey, so if current relationships or maybe new connections I will make in the future have like an online portfolio of real authentic content of me, I think this is really helping me as a personal brand, as a founder, and also a business owner in the future. So besides personal and business, I had a third reason, and that is maybe legacy. How beautiful is it if once I can have kids in the future or maybe grandchildren, that I have something that daddy or grandparent Luukito can share with his kids or grandkids, that they can just open YouTube and say, hey, when Luuk was 27, 28, 29 years old, he was having this business, he was traveling here, he was having these struggles, these opportunities. This was how life looked like when your dad or your grandparent was young. So I think these are the main three reasons why I just decided to go out of the comfort zone, record these videos. And yes, sometimes it can feel a little bit corny, a little bit crazy, but this is what I'm doing and I really hope you will like it. So if you like it, please let me know in the comments of like or maybe subscribe. And I also want to challenge you to share more of yourself and make the world a little bit better place. Cheers. I really feel like a boomer now with the flashlight. Barbacoa eentje, 2 empanadas, yes. The quesadillas,